For your glory, I will do anything. I'll be where you are. Peace is where you are. For your glory, all praises to the Most High. You know, sometimes in life, you wonder why some things happen to you repeatedly. Sometimes you just have to sit back and check yourself and look into yourself and wonder, why is this particular issue attacking me? Is it a spiritual thing or is it physical? Now, when you are fighting spiritual, you have to fight also physical. Learn to say no. Learn to say yes. You know, so some of the times we ourselves could be our worst enemy. Now, speaking to those who can relate to me, you keep on seeing the same cycle repeat, and you pray hard against it and to break it, and you're wondering what it is. You know, you already know, so the spells and the curses are broken, but now it's a test. Now the enemy's still gonna try to get you down all the time, right? So some of the times you just have to sit back and watch out, like, why does this keep happening to me? Am I doing something wrong? Is it me the problem? Or what it is, right? So, you know, you have to always take a self check. Check yourself. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I feel like I might have tried to be the only one that's normal, because sometimes we feel like we bad. But anyways, you have friends that grow out of friendship because of their rude ways, or they don't want to connect with you anymore. You know, you have people that come to use, abuse, and refuse and reject you. And you're like wondering why that keep happening. Someone said to me, because maybe I'm a giver, so when I sit down and I'm saying, it can't be just only the curses alone. It has to be me too. So when you're praying about against these things, prayer works with working too, you know. It has to be, you have to do it, implement it. Practical. You have to do the practical, like you're going exams and all these things, right? It's a practical thing too. Yeah, you sit down and let God work and labor for you. But you have to also put in your work as well, right? You don't want to be always, you always depend on God, of course, 100,000%, but you have to do your part, right? He said, be still and know that I'm God. So if you know something is not right, learn to say no. If you know something's right, learn to say yes. Words of wisdom. Don't lean on your own understanding. That's why you have to always ask God for knowledge, understanding, and wisdom, so he can guide your way. Now, once that comes, everything is there, and you will know how to deal with people's behaviors, and you'll be on, and because you're sitting and standing on the solid rock of the Most High. He is the solid rock, the headstone, the head kana, right? Bondage. I keep speaking about it, and it's not even a joke. It's a serious thing. When things keep happening to you repeatedly, it is bondage of curses. I remember the times when I catch this sibling on top of me, and it's a female sibling. When I was a little girl, I'm like, "What are you doing?" Right? And of course, it was a sexual thing because, as I said before, I was molested by her. Don't know how long that lasted for before I can even realize and come to knowledge to realize as a girl growing up that this was happening to me. Remember, say I was way under 10 years old. And remember, I was, you know, yeah. So it's not like it's been, you know, of adult or of teenage to say, learn to say no or learn to say yes because children know how to say yes or no, even when they're underage, but they get taken advantage of because they're not of age of saying no. Sad. Huh? And that's how abuse happens to most of us who got abused, right? So sometimes we have to sit down and we have to really look into ourselves and everything. And I remember those times it triggers even when you are growing, right? Again, send this all in the book here. And now that you are growing to be a better person, and the more you fight back for your own life from the enemy, the more the enemy is going to fight and get at you for your own life. Can you believe that? You fighting for your own life that God give you, your possessions that God give you, and you have to be fighting the enemy to get it from the what? How does that even work? How does that even work? Something to my eyeballs. How does that even work? Right? So some of the times we have to really sit on and meditate on God, on the word, just to get back our blessings and our possessions. Right? It's not an easy task. Never say it was. You're pretty much in a boxing ring. So when an enemy box you out, you call that blow. You have to get up again and fight again. Huh? Anyway, welcome to Dr. Patsy's Nachos Clinic show on the YouTube and everywhere else. I've been fighting with this stress on the whole time. I didn't, just to keep, just show off your shoulders a bit. But anyways, that's how it go. Uh-huh. So as I been doing that, um, remembering those times of being the one fighting for myself and then have the audacity. Say you didn't like it though. Like what? I was a little girl. I didn't even know what I was doing. So I even noticed I was trying to do it to my own peers as a child. What? Never realizing those things were happening to me as a little girl. Right? And sometimes when these things happen to you, the abuse or molestation from a sibling, and of course any family members, those things stay with you for kind of like a life, but you let go of it, right? You let go of it. So I don't know what else to say or do, but that's what it is. Mm, mm. And not looking for sympathy, but of course, when you start looking into yourself and realizing what is the issue, and you starting to uh, get down to the nitty gritty and seek help. Some people will throw things in your face when you talk to them. Some people will, and sometimes I feel like a Job with three friends, and I had to literally, one friend literally throw things back in my face, but yet I have to be the one there for him as a friend, and as a virgin, he's a bigger man. hmm But I have to learn to say, no, enough is enough. Oh, you want me to sit down and listen to your story, then? I want to tell you my story, then. You take it and dash in my face all the time. Okay, what, like, 1 to 3 times is okay, but not even, like, one should be okay, but over and over and repeatedly, no. A true friend is going to tell you the truth, and I've 100%, 1000% accept that. I accept that totally. But don't rub things in my face and make me feel bad and everything. A true friend is supposed to be there for you and tell you the facts. That when you know you are wrong, you are wrong. And when you're right, you're right. You understand? And help you to get over certain things. Now, this one particular friend, I had to get rid of him because he was not helping me to get over certain things. Right? And again, it's in the book here. And it's gonna be in the upcoming ones as well. Right? So you gotta learn how to know when to let go of someone that doesn't feed your purpose. I have one friend, you call her, never answers the phone. But once you call, she call you, you must answer the phone. Huh? You see? So, and they're there stalking out your page, liking your stuff and everything, but not there for you at the end of the day. Hmm? Right? And these are people that you may grow with, and sometimes it's okay if you grow out of friendship and so forth. But this one particular friend now, and enough is enough. Sometimes you're with one person and they grow out of it, and they become a friend zone and things like that over the years. That's why it's always good to cut ties off totally, cut ties totally with, especially man friend them that you were within messing with, or whatever the case it be, or whatever the purpose, and you're no longer messing with them, but you just them just like what I call it, telecommunication phone service. That's it, and nothing else. Sometimes you just have to cut the ties. And why I'm being so realistic is because I don't like to hide behind bushes. I'm very honest and straightforward, and things like that, and try to keep it 100, keep it neutral, right? So that's what it is, and that comes down to where you have your own people fighting against you, again, friends, family, things like that, especially when you start to step aside and look at how they are. Sometimes you have to step out just to see who you are among. And when you're among certain people and you step aside and look at them, then you see for what it is, that oh, all along they were trying to hurt me and clip your wings and get rid of you. So sometimes it's, you just have to have that when you're healing thyself or you want to hold a meds, know yourself, because of course your own self, it could be your own worst enemy and not looking into yourself. No, get me wrong. No, we all have behaviors. Every one of we, right? So sometimes it could be like, I wasn't me the problem. I want me to do. I wasn't it. I was- like, you just think, what I'm saying? Like, look into yourself. You know what I'm saying? So, and then when you realize, say, when you're not the problem, no, you depart, right? Or you could say, so me look into myself and I say, Ray, I'm in, yeah, I'm either, Ray. And you apologize and keep it moving. But so not everybody's going to accept apologies, eh? Remember that. People's not nice out here. People is not nice. You understand that? I remember growing up, one of my mentors, she used to tell me, people are not nice. People are beasts. And I literally grew up and noticed that. Till she herself, I noticed that she was into the other side. What do you call it? Paper, rock, scissors. Yeah. And yet was fully up in the church. And I was like, wow. But she never came after me like that. I was like, God, I was protected by the Most High. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, she always warned me. And I see for what it was. I see for what it was. So yeah, always know how to set apart yourself, look into things, know thyself, because it's always your own fighting among you, fighting against you. It's always that way.